From the city lights to the country blue, Woody and Lou got the sports for you. From Boston streets to Kentucky's fields, get ready, folks, for the thrill it yields. Woody and Lou, sports and you, talking games, we love it's true. Every play, every score, let's dive in, it's time for more. Lacing up the boots and calling plays, debates and laughs for all the days. From Fenway Park to Derby Run, sports talk magic just begun. Woody Lou, sports and you, sideline stories coming through. Every cheer, heartbeat soar, tune in now, we'll give you more. Celtics screams to Wildcats roar, touchdowns, goals, and so much more. Grab a seat, enjoy the ride, Woody Lou right by your side.
The views expressed by the hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Department of Defense, the U.S. government, or any of its agencies. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. No attorney-client relationship is formed by providing this information, and nothing herein should be relied upon as legal counsel. For legal advice specific to your situation, please consult a qualified attorney. Braxton, episode 26. Beards and Tap Outs. Happy Sunday. How are you doing?
Great.
You don't sound great.
I've been cranky pants all day.
It sounds like you have been cranky pants. But I will say, before we get into the topics, I think we should recognize the tragedies that have happened over the past 2 days. The mass shooting that happened in Australia, Bondi Beach, and then also at Brown University. So, Woody Lou Sports and you, our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by those shootings. Unfortunately, it's just standard news cycle when it comes to those, but it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really sad and unfortunate. And the videos coming out of the one in Australia were very it's an interesting firsthand look into an active shooter situation and what kind of goes into that and the lives lost. So it's very unfortunate.
I haven't actually looked at any of the recordings, but I don't really want to check that footage up. I feel like I should.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good for a reality check of the evil that is in the world. So it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, and not quite evil. I wouldn't go that far, but as far as a segue into our first topic, the allegations against the University of Michigan's former head football coach, Sherron Moore, not evil. I want to preface that, but if true, just not a good dude.
Yeah. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a legal podcast, but you're absolutely right.
But we've all watched an episode of Cops, and we know that person did, in fact, have the smoking gun in their center console. It's almost gotten too serious to where we can't make fun of it. But I'm still gonna make fun. No, I'll make remarks about it. So, if you're not keeping up with the news, Sherron Moore, Michigan's head coach, just led him to a 9-3 season. The loss to Ohio State. He was having an inappropriate relationship with the staffer.
Mm-hmm.
News breaks. He gets fired. Has an argument with his wife, and he then goes to the staffer's house, breaks into home, threatens to harm himself and her, leaves the home, and is arrested by police at a nearby church. That's a crazy story, just like on the broad stroke of what happened. I can go in. There's finite details in every step of that situation.
Yeah, no, I'd love to break it down. Like I have like a timeline pulled up right now, and just for our listeners, he was arraigned and charged on Friday. So he was fired on December 10th, was arrested that same day, and then charged on the 12th with felony third-degree home invasion. So we have at least one felony, and then two misdemeanor charges: one for stalking in a domestic relationship, and then a misdemeanor breaking and entering. So, yeah, Braxton, you want to break it down more?
Yeah. So, and for me, when all that happened, where you used to work, where I currently work, there's no cell service. So you get very
Right.
small
Right.
bits of so I can't really be on my phone all day just from the nature of the job. But when I do have an opportunity and I get a little bit of service or auto refreshes, I see stuff. So I see that he was fired and for inappropriate. And I thought it was weird. I think it's good for transparency, but they actually said inappropriate relationship with a staffer, which typically I don't think all schools necessarily just throw that out there. And I was like, well, that's crazy. I think I just assumed what did happen was he was having relations with a female on staff. Doesn't help that he's married with 3 kids, so same situation as me. He was just a head football coach of a top 5 football program. It has a relationship, and then I don't know if you saw this, Dan, but did you see where she had a salary bump this past off season?
Yeah, I believe it's threefold. That executive assistant went from something like under 50,000 to about 150,000 was the pay raise, allegedly.
Yeah, she had a significant pay raise. She was the highest paid assistant on the staff.
Probably the highest paid assistant in college football.
Yeah, her services were desired. We're capitalists at heart, and so I don't know. I'm not super familiar. I know there was rumors that he got her pregnant and paid for an abortion. And
allegations, all allegations, none of that. Gotta be clear on that. But that was that was one allegation in the news cycle.
And I don't know if that's true, but I just know that in bottom line up front, he got caught. And the sad part is you can just see his whole crash out is just captured by the world. Gets in fight with wife because he got fired and the news broke. I don't know if she knew it was coming down the road or not. He gets in a fight with his wife and then just instantly drives to this girl's apartment, breaks in, allegedly grabs a butter knife or something, like a kitchen knife, says, "I'm going to kill you, kill me." She calls 911. The 911 call is nuts. And then he runs to a church, and allegedly the reason the police were able to find him is because his wife had his location on her phone, and then she told him where he was held up at. And then it's just crazy. He was coaching big-time football 2 weeks ago, and then he's getting arraigned in a white jumpsuit, getting told his
protective custody,
getting told his rules for release. So it's crazy, and couldn't have came at a worse time for Michigan to find a head football coach.
No, it couldn't have come at a worse time. I think we'll get to this, but I mean, ultimately, I think Michigan's going to end up with a better coach than Sherron Moore coming out of this.
Maybe. I mean, he went 8-5 with a bowl win his first season, and then 9-3 this year. So higher trajectory. He won a national championship as a head football coach. Interim asterisk in front of it.
I don't really. We're going to give him the national championship.
He was the head coach on the sideline.
I think he was a coordinator.
Google, someone fact check that in the comments and tell me who was the acting head coach when Michigan won the national championship. We watched that game together.
Harbaugh was the coach.
Harbaugh got released.
Not for the championship game.
You're right. I think you're right.
All right.
You're right.
But I think beyond the football field, what I'm most interested about this story, and coming from my background and what I advise on in the Army, is what Michigan knew and when they knew it. Because according to the prosecutor, this intimate relationship between Sherron Moore and the executive assistant, the staffer, was over a course of multiple years, and it's Michigan hasn't really released a lot of information yet, but apparently they had been doing some internal investigations, and there were concerns going back to the summer of 2025 before the season started. There were tips that something was against university policies, that superior subordinate relationship. So I mean, I want to know more about like what Michigan knew and when they knew it. And there are some reports that they knew about this before the season ended, and they didn't fire him until after the season for
It's not the
optics.
it's not the season. It's National Signing Day.
Right, that's right. Signing. You're right. Signing day.
Signing day is what they waited for.
Yes.
Like to do this 48 hours after signing day closes. That's not. I don't want to say it's not. I mean, it's not by happenstance. Like I want to give them maybe they didn't have all the facts because I've had to adjudicate stuff or I waited longer, so I had more facts, so I felt more comfortable in my decision. But I don't know what came out in those last 2 days or that last day and a half after signing day they didn't already have. Like I don't, unless like I don't know. I think I saw something where she may have came to the school, so maybe she came to school formally to validate what they thought they were what they were investigating, and maybe that.
Yeah, the timeline I have is that she ended the relationship on 8 December, and it was 10 December that he was fired.
It wasn't 8 December National Signing Day, or was it 7 December?
It was like 7, 8 or 9.
Yeah. So I mean, it's convenient. I don't know. I would love to see what her bank account looks like as far as traces of deposits for waiting till after National Signing Day to come forward. Or it's a dark world, and it really just shows another example of Coach Harbaugh's coaching tree of felonies or felons.
Yeah, a number of his coordinators and staff, yes, have been arrested or charged.
I mean, Harbaugh is not a good. I mean, what are you gonna say? He's just not a good guy.
He wins football games.
Yeah.
We do have some chatter in the chat. Mr. Chris Lewis, the Mad Hatter, he's very proud of us using the lingo of allegations. That's right. All of these are allegations at this point. Innocent until proven guilty. And he's saying that the staffer was allegedly fired following an internal investigation. That's how a lot of information came out. They came out with Michigan came out with a release that she is still employed by the school. So I'm not sure if the outcome of the internal investigation, she was fired, Sherron Moore was fired. But
you definitely can't fire the mistress because she's always going to be viewed. She's in this opinion, she's going to be viewed as the victim. So you definitely can't fire her for optics before you fire the subject in the case.
No, can't fire her, and you probably can't restructure her salary either. So whatever raises she got, I think that she gets to keep that.
And people keep saying, on Twitter, they're like, she knowingly did this, and he is married with 3 kids, and it's like, well, he also knowingly did it. And then we haven't even talked about the alleged DMs to the OnlyFans models that were happening during games, and then immediately upon his release from jail.
That came out. When that must have come out, yesterday or Friday?
Well, it came out that they had it on good authority from an OnlyFans model. So, however you want to hold them in reliability of facts, that he was DMing an OnlyFans model in the middle at halftime of the Ohio State game. And then that same model, she shared screenshots of him texting her immediately after. He got out of jail within an hour, was sending her messages to get on OnlyFans.
Dang.
He's down bad.
Yeah, that white jumpsuit, arraignment, video arraignment, it's a bad look.
Sometimes you just got to take a cold shower and watch some film, get back to.
Probably should have been watching more film. And if he was on OnlyFans, allegedly on OnlyFans.
I can tell you this: some cases, you're a lawyer, and this is me coming from my my internship background. It's something that I came to love is discovery.
Sure.
Discovery and is an awesome thing because you can go down some rabbit holes of all the stuff that they include in that. And I think this would be a very interesting one, especially if we're going to have online communication between OnlyFans models during games. And then if that comes out, Michigan, they'll be in a bad spot. The memes will be endless.
Yeah, it's how like Discovery. Like one of my favorite. This was when I was an intern at the local district attorney's office when I was in law school. Was they would have the interns like for ongoing cases listen to the jail phone calls.
Those are great too.
Those were just the best content of these the accused talking to whoever, and you got some good admissions out of those phone calls, and then the quick like, oh shoot. And they realize like they remember the disclaimer, this call is on a recorded line, anything you say like can and will be used against you, and however long they're on the phone for, they probably forgot about that 25 minutes into the call.
Throwing change into
man, that was the best. Yeah, as an intern, when you got the timestamp for the full confession, the DA was the ADA signed. That was a good day in Middlesex Attorney's office.
I'm interested to see. I know Kalen DeBoer came out today, and they're working on a contract extension. Are you scared at all that Marcus Freeman might jump ship and take his talents to Ann Arbor?
No, not at all. I mean, he's an Ohio State guy. I do not see him going to Ann Arbor. And speaking of which, like as far as I don't know who was like happy about this, because I think Ohio State, they kind of like Sherron Moore because he wasn't very good at coaching football. And then Irish fans were probably the most happy to get Notre Dame out of the news cycle at like the top billing for college football in going home and taking their ball with them. So this was great timing as a Notre Dame fan for this to totally take over.
To fill the void before the first games kick off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where Michigan goes from here. I'm excited to see it. It could really shake up some things. I was secretly hoping Kalen DeBoer would take the job because I would have loved to see just the 48 hours of tweets from Lane Kiffin, because he would have made that a big spectacle about go on his Twitter. He would have made it about him, so that would have been fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, you want to keep it in college, Braxton? Any final thoughts on Sherron Moore? Are we going to get into to gentlemen sporting beards?
I don't have any I feel bad that he's like going through this.
Yeah.
In the fact that like it is heavy to have your business thrown out there, but more so concerned about his wife and 3 kids who this comes out right before Christmas. So I hope they're not going to be okay, but I hope it all works out for them down the road. But yeah, we can transition to the Don himself, John Calipari.
So I was listening to College Sports Talk radio on my drive to work, and I loved this just soundbite from Arkansas coach John Calipari after their win over Fresno State, and I want to read the quote in full.
I thought you had it. I thought you were about to play it over here. I was like, we've really stepped up production if you were about to do that. Play the soundbite. That
would have been incredible. Maybe one day we can figure that out.
That would have been cool.
But quote, there are a lot of older gentlemen with beards playing basketball in college right now. There are. The one that's crazy is the kid. He's waving to his kids up in the seats. And you're like, wait a minute. That guy's got 2 kids. He's still playing college basketball. Crazy thing. He's using NIL for his first wife's alimony. And now he's still playing college basketball. Are we nuts? So that's Calipari's quote. And he said some things afterwards about how he allegedly Arkansas is they have the youngest average age. I would love to run the numbers by the SEC to see like what the actual average age is per team. I tried to do it on ChatGPT beforehand, but it was not cooperating.
Well, I mean, when Cal was at Kentucky, we always had the first or second youngest team every single year.
He was a one and done guy.
He still is a one and done guy, and he does not. He gets into the transfer portal, but he still hates it. The which is why we had to sever ties. But the thing about Cal and his press conferences, I've listened to, what was it, like 15 years worth of press conferences from him, 14 years. He's getting to be like the uncle or the grandpa that you can't like let out in public because you don't know what they're going to say if they're around people who aren't just like them. And it's interesting for him to make those comments because there's been players like Kentucky right now has a player on the team who has a son. And when you think of these kids that he's recruiting, they very well might have children because of whatever circumstances. And you would think them getting the opportunity to play college basketball at a top school while making money for their family would be a good scenario since he always claims that all he cares about is getting them to the NBA for their family. So for him to take the take that he doesn't enjoy the fact that these people are monetizing on their skill in college, it's kind of weird to me. And honestly, it kind of deconstructs this whole argument about why he valued the one and done so much like he did. Because his ultimate goal was to get them to the NBA, make them millions, life-changing money. Well, the guy who's a fifth-year senior who has a kid and a wife, like the $150,000 NIL deal is probably life-changing money for them. So why not support that as well?
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you completely. Like, it does show how the game has changed, and you cannot like the money's there, and these players, want to take it, and get paid, and whatever their life circumstances are is their life circumstances. But yeah, I thought it was a funny quote, but no, I don't really know like what he was trying to like accomplish with that quote. If it was just like an observation or like a "woe is me" like type of thing, because he's not adapting.
It's woe is me. It's woe is me.
It's woe is me.
And he goes to a school that was able to pay for him because of all their Tyson money and their Walmart money, and he's still complaining about money. Like, why do you think you landed at Arkansas? It's because of all this money, and these kids want to profit. And you're going to have years where you swing and miss. Kentucky's swinging and missing right now with who we paid for in NIL. But it's the new game, and it's going to be the new game. And, where Cal loses me is look at Tom Izzo. I always compare, like, Tom Izzo. You don't ever see Tom Izzo complaining. Like, he might complain in press conferences, but doesn't get the same traction as Cal. And that dude just goes out and grinds and wins ball games. So it's interesting to me.
Yeah. And this is actually a great comment from the Mad Hatter. He's like the leader during the Friday safety brief, having one more piggyback comment. You know that guy, right, Braxton?
Yeah, and sometimes it's me. So you just don't do that.
Don't do that. Oh, that's funny. No, I was just curious what you thought about it as a 15-year history relationship with Coach Cal. And he's always kind of talking, and sometimes it's coming out of the other end. But I thought it was a funny quote.
I mean, he got pieced by Tennessee like in the first round of the SEC tournament in like 21 or 2020, and he just said, "I'm glad we lost early, so I can go home and play with my dogs and watch Alaskan Adventures." Like, you don't know what's going to come out of his mouth, and we're still a little fresh from the divorce where I'm not like ready to welcome him back in with open arms. I'm probably about 4 years away from, or depending on when he retires, it'll probably be like a year reset clock. So I really don't have much sympathy for him right now. Woo pig suey.
I'm going to do this because I am interested. I have half days coming up and then block leave, but I'm going to find out the average age for each team in the SEC.
Time out.
Yeah.
Are you starting half days this week?
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's in line with. I gotta be careful what I say.
Yes. Yes, you do.
That's awesome. I'm glad to see that Fort Campbell is still participating in the half day schedule prior to the initiation of holiday block leave. That's awesome for you guys, and I hope you really enjoy it.
Thank you, Braxton.
Yep.
We'll talk that one offline.
I just had to throw it in reverse right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyway.
Lewis, Cal is out of touch with reality. Braxton, you want to comment on your mother's comment?
Yeah, I think he's the same guy. He can go out the other night and beat Texas Tech, and he can also almost lose to Winthrop or lose to Oakland or lose to St. Peter's in the tournament. So just You get what you get with Cal. He's still John Calipari. I mean, his name still carries weight. He's still a good basketball coach, so it is what it is.
You think he should retire?
I think if I'm him, like if I don't make it to the Elite Eight or Final Four this year, like you just hang it up because he tarnished his legacy at. He didn't tarnish it, but like he left on pretty bad terms at Kentucky. He took an Arkansas team last year to the Sweet 16 that no one thought could really make it to the Sweet 16. If he could make it to the Sweet 16 this year, or honestly, I just think he needs to go. Like I don't think he needs to carry it out because Arkansas it's not going to work forever in Arkansas. And I think the one thing about NIL we're seeing it's very volatile. Like the parity also adds volatility to the whole thing. So there's nothing to say that next year he swings and misses on a roster and now he's not even making the tournament, and it's just like Calipari's going to go. He just needs to find a good end point and just go with it.
Well, speaking of retirement and coming out of retirement, I really want to discuss Phillip Rivers and basically 1 week turnaround from coming off the porch swing at the old folks' home as grandfather to suiting up in Seattle against the Seahawks.
It's a crazy story. He didn't necessarily light it up today, but he got off the couch and he threw a touchdown in the NFL. And while he's like 40 pounds overweight, much like myself, and he's just getting it done.
So I didn't realize that his last season was the 2020 season, and in 2020 January 2021 was the last time he played. I didn't realize he had been out of the game that long.
Yeah, and he reset his he reset his insurance and he reset his Hall of Fame vote.
Yeah, he won't be eligible for the Hall of Fame until 2031.
And he'll get in there. They ended up losing, didn't they?
They did end up losing. They lost by 2 to the Seahawks.
They had the lead. So they lost by a field goal because they were up like
they were up
13-12 or 14-13 in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
I mean, I think it's a cool story. I think it shows how bad your Irishman as a backup was. But
yeah, it's. I'm just curious. Like, he must have been. I have no idea. The fact to come off from the couch to play in a professional game against one of the top teams in the NFC
on the road on 3 days of practice.
Yeah, he didn't look like he had really been, working out or throwing, and he had some loft on those passes today, and not in a good way.
He's a high school football coach. He's still around the game.
Okay.
There was a lot of stuff floating around about like his checks at the line. They're talking about how like the way he was checking at the line is something you just don't see in the NFL anymore. And it's like his generation and previous quarterback thing of like he was checking everything, calling out defenses, and that was what led to his 120 yards in the air. But it was cool.
It was cool. It was impressive.
He has 10 kids and a grandchild. So like imagine doing that every day and then getting a chance to go fly out to Indianapolis and play.
I mean, this definitely adds to his legend, like the bolo tie, the whole aura that is Phillip Rivers. It's impressive. And
what if he would have won? That would have been awesome.
I was watching the game when they went up by 1 with, I want to say it was less than 2 minutes. I was like, he's going to do it. He's going to pull it off. And they covered. Colts covered. So if
he didn't lose the game for them.
No, absolutely not. I think I mean, when you saw what was your I thought they were going to get I thought it was going to be. Have you seen? Actually, I think we talked about this in top fictional quarterbacks, but the longest yard, the Adam Sandler version. Do you remember when Burt Reynolds comes in for the fumble Ruski play and just like breaks his back?
That would have been bad. I didn't see it. I don't know if he got any, if he scrambled at all. But that'd be a fun clip to see him moving the body a little bit.
He wasn't doing much of that.
Fair enough. You don't need to. He's a pocket passer now. I mean,
Yeah.
he's what, like eighth all time, seventh all time in all time passing yards.
I can
He's
find that
top
out
10
really
for sure.
quickly.
So
Where does Phillip
I'm gonna go with
Rivers
he's eighth or seventh.
rank
That's my
all-time passing? Producer Chat GPT. Seventh. Yeah, you're right there. He might have passed someone else today. No, I'm not making it up. I have no idea.
AI's taking over, man, and keeping in football quarterbacks, we had Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are no longer in playoff contention.
And Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. So
you know what's crazy about that, Dan? When I had my football related injury,
correct.
and
yeah, the terrible triangle. Do you think that happened to Patrick?
I begged for an MRI, and they said we can't give you one because you won't be able to see anything. And they said the original request was you need to wait at least a month for everything to calm down before we can actually see inside your knee. This dude tears his ACL, and an hour after the game,
Not even.
He's had an MRI done and read that he's torn his ACL. I had an MRI done last week, and on 2 days ago, they uploaded the pictures, not the results. And my doctor is putting the images into Chat GPT to read my knee. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes knew his whole thing. I bet he goes under the knife no later than Tuesday.
Absolutely. Yeah, they need that recovery time. Because I mean, ACLs now, like he probably won't be back for the start of the season, but I feel like ACL recovery times, like he goes under the knife, does PT, like he's playing next year.
I'll go on a limb and say that Patrick Mahomes runs a mile before I do.
That's free money. Talk about Braxton Betts. Any chance? Is there any chance that Braxton Lewis is playing in the Turkey Bowl next November?
It's the same conversation we're having, right? Like, is there any chance that I'm playing in the, and I feel like I'm glad you said that, Dan, because I think that would be an emotional event for me. And if my knee is in a place to do it, that would be very well documented on our Instagram page. And I'm definitely going to go to Dick's and buy a new pair of cleats. And also wear a knee brace, but that would be a very emotional thing. There's levels to this stuff.
That's the goal. So do you think that your medical providers are just like full of it when we won't be able to see anything for a month?
Well, all I know is when I said, hey, I scheduled it for like 2 days from now, they didn't really push back. So okay. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And, Mahomes is recovering from his ACL, thinking about having an MVP run next year and make the playoffs. And I'm just trying to make it to my next unit's Turkey Bowl before a 4-day. So, and I think me and Mahomes are the same age. So life can humble you really quick.
This could actually be a really good bit from Woody Lou Sports and You. A side-by-side tracker of Patrick Mahomes, 3-time Super Bowl champion, and Christopher Braxton Lewis.
The only difference is right now, I tore mine a month before him. I still haven't got an ortho referral, and he's probably going to go into. He's got a head start.
He does.
And I'm sure, James Andrews probably got a phone call right after that happened, and he's probably already got the surgery room, the OR set up. So,
the helipad is ready to receive. We got some good chatter here from the Mad Hatter. My pop time ain't what it used to be, but it gives old guys hope. So if the Braves call, I am ready, in referring to Phillip Rivers' porch swing to starting quarterback. Now, you were asleep last week, Mad Hatter, but we did talk about your athletic exploits on the field of competition. So I'm happy to hear that Phillip Rivers is inspiring.
I can tell you right now, the Braves, like a Braves farm team, like I'm talking like their high A ball team could call my dad and say, we're offering you a bullpen catcher position for the year. We're going to give you a $7,500 stipend for your time, and you have to travel. And he would take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. He's got to pay his way.
He wouldn't even question it.
You know what I need to send your dad is they have like these like old timer like reenactment leagues where like you're wearing clothes from like the 19th century playing baseball. I could see that being right up his alley. And like the
Dude,
equipment is all like 19th century.
I'll give him some praise. So we one off season in high school, we found an adults a men's league baseball
Fast
team.
pitch.
No, it was just normal baseball. Yeah, normal baseball.
Yeah, fast. Yeah.
And so we joined the league during the off season, to keep me sharp, and he played too. This league took us to some crazy places. And one of the places this league took us to was Ponce de Leon, Florida. And
where's that?
yeah, it's in the Gulf side.
Did you guys find the Fountain of Youth in El Dorado too when you went to Ponce de Leon?
So we're at Ponce de Leon, and there's music blaring. It's like a party.
Sounds awesome.
1,000 girls going, and it's a whole thing. And I watched him. He hits right-handed. I hit left-handed. But I watched him in Ponce de Leon, Florida, take a fastball, probably about 385 over left center for a home run.
Mad Hatter.
Watched him pimp one, and he was moving a little different the rest of that day. He couldn't move because he was in a lot of pain, but he was pretty cocky the rest of the day in the drive home.
He was peacocking a little bit, chest puffed out.
Yeah, he took this dude deep. He liked
385. I can also see your dad
I've
being
also
like Pete Rose, like hustle, just like sprint around the base path after pimping a home run.
I remember in 3rd grade or 4th grade, we were in Fort Knox. I think it was in Fort Knox. Maybe it was Fort Jackson. The story remains the same though. And I had a baseball game on post, and I get done playing the baseball game, and then my dad had to go to a softball game. The reason I don't know if it's Fort Knox or Fort Jackson, because I do vividly remember him wearing a Fort Knox softball shirt. It was a gray shirt that said Fort Knox on it. He was playing like third or shortstop, and his team was on the first base dugout. So the opposing team was in the third base dugout. And someone talks some crap to him. And from then on, as he's jawing, every time the half inning in the field was over, instead of walking from short to the first base dugout, he would walk out the gate around the third base dugout.
Wait, the other team's dugout?
Yeah, pretty much saying, come get you some if you want some, instead of just taking the most direct path to the dugout.
That's just swagger right there. Oh, man.
And I'm pretty sure I remember looking at my mom, was like, why is dad walking that way? She was probably rolled her eyes or something.
That's so funny. And he's saying he pulled a hammy around the bags. That's why he was walking funny the rest of the day. And then Miss Amy Lewis she's saying it was a grand slam.
It might have been a grand slam.
That's even better.
I was I don't know. I wasn't on the base pad, so I don't know if I was like I remember seeing him hit it, and I feel like I don't even know if they had dugouts. Like, I think we were it was just like a cage that just surrounded behind the dish, and I remember him hitting it. I can see it clearly in my head because I was like on a right side view, so I saw him hit it. Good times. Ponce de Leon,
awesome.
Florida. Shout out.
Ponce de Leon, Florida. That's fantastic. Those are so much fun, like those Twilight Leagues.
This was a little different league though, Dan. Like, this league was like, there was guns in like bat bags.
Oh, like a penal league? This was like Rick Vaughn, California Penal League?
I would say out of the 18 starters, there was at least, 6 or 7 convictions either way.
All right.
And mom and dad can fact check me in the comments, but I mean, it wasn't a gentleman's league at all. It was a little rough. It was serious.
Does Sherron Moore play baseball? Maybe he's got a landing spot.
His cousins were probably there. There's a lot of nefarious stuff going on, and a lot of Bud Light Platinums were getting drank.
Oh God.
Yeah, a lot of Platinums.
You ever have one of those?
I think I've had a sip of one, and I've never even fathomed.
It's not good. The only thing that's worse is a Bud Ice. You ever have Bud Ice?
Had Bud Ice in Greenville, North Carolina at ECU.
Not good.
They had a liquor store next to a restaurant. You could buy one of the 25 ounces for like $1.50. Yeah,
And we are getting a good reminder from the Mad Hatter, alleged convicts in this Ponce de Leon league. We have to, yes, that's correct. Everyone was an alleged convict. Same with Sherron Moore, allegedly.
Allegedly did all these things that we have very good record of.
Yeah. So speaking of retirement, I don't know if you watched last night. I did not, but this was some suggestions I got from longtime listeners to talk about John Cena's final match.
So, who asked you to talk about this?
This was Tony from Weymouth, and
Is Tony from Weymouth listening tonight?
First time, long time, Vince.
So, I don't want to like. Let me credit myself first before I talk on this topic. You know that I'm a big wrestling guy.
Yeah, that's why I put it on the topics. I didn't watch it, but I know you love it.
I've told the stories about me slapping my friend, cutting a promo, and
getting grounded.
I got baseball taken from me because I was too worried about fake wrestling than actual baseball. I was in 3rd grade. So John Cena, to me, I kind of like John Cena, but my buddy Nathaniel Afonso really liked John Cena. I remember he went to an in-house show, like a dark show, and he got the white shirt that was the Cena logo in camo, and he really liked John Cena. So I kind of factioned off, and I was more of a Shawn Michaels guy. HBK was my all-time favorite, and I had a little affinity for Triple H and Randy Orton. I kind of like the heels. John Cena was cool. John Cena stopped being cool, honestly, right around the time I stopped watching wrestling, which would be like 2012, 13, when I stopped like watching every single day.
Within like WWE, because I think he's like pretty cool as like an actor and entertainer. Like he's been
I stopped like following WWE closely in like 2012. And that's when they kind of they branched off from that era, went to like the PG era, and he got really cheesy. He went from kind of cheesy to like really cheesy. But I remember like WrestleMania 21 in Detroit. I'm pretty sure is when he came out with all the gunmen, and he had like the line of the guys with Tommy guns. He had the black hustle. So yeah, and like when they changed his finishing move from the FU to the attitude adjustment or whatever they call it now, I guess is whatever. But yeah, he had his farewell match last night against Gunther, which is terrible booking. His dad was very vocal about that. It was terrible booking.
But Gunther, I mean, obviously it's all like staged, but Gunther won the tournament to be his final match, right?
Yeah, Gunther shouldn't have won the tournament to be his final match. I don't know why he was putting Gunther over, because Gunther didn't need to be put over, but whatever. I didn't watch it. I Googled how to watch it. It said Peacock Prime. Apparently, it's the only thing I don't pay for, because apparently I don't have Peacock anymore.
Could give you the login.
He tapped out. I thought it was a terrible finish. I watched the finish. The tap out was terrible because he like smiled before, and it was just, I knew he was going to lose, because you always, lose on your final match, put someone over, but it was anticlimactical. And John Cena, he's just gotten a little too much for me. Especially when he was on the Divas show. He didn't do himself any favors on there, in my opinion. But it was cool. That's a childhood legend of mine. Like he was there from really the start when I started watching it in like 03, 04. So
yeah, the tap out like that was his first tap out in over 20 years. And I understand that like you lose on your last match, but I mean like I feel like a tap out is just not a good way to go. Like,
who's the last person to tap him out? Kurt Angle?
Let's
this
see.
is off the cuff, dude. I did not do any.
Oh, this would be if you called this, I would be.
You say 2005. I thought that'd be Kurt Angle. Ankle lock. Or Ric Flair. Kurt Angle, maybe Chris Jericho. Got him with the walls of Jericho, but maybe not. I think Chris Jericho had a little title run back then.
What was your wait? What was your first guest?
Kurt Angle.
Yep. SmackDown 2003.
Dude, take me to. Dude, I'm locked in. I did not know that off the top. I didn't look that up. That was off the cuff.
I can do. Let's see. Are there any more that you can think of?
Who's tapped him out?
Yeah.
The only ones I could even fathom think of. I mean, I don't think when he was a jobber that really counts. Like.
Can I give you a hint?
Yeah.
There's only been 3, and you have already, 2.
Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, the sharpshooter, Chris Jericho with Walls of Jericho, Ric Flair, figure 4. Who else did submit? Have I already named him?
I don't think so. Also, ChatGPT is subject to mistakes.
I don't think Triple H did submissions. Edge?
Nope.
Randy Orton?
Yep.
And it's not Edge. It was Randy Orton, Kurt Angle, and who else?
Gunther.
Oh, Gunther, yeah. I thought Randy Orton should have been his final match. Or Edge, but Edge is at AEW, I guess, now. But the John Cena Edge feud was awesome TV. Awesome. Back when Edge was having relations with Lita on Monday Night Raw, they had a bed in the
Dude, should we bring back? I was thinking about this. Should we try to do a NASCAR? That didn't really take, but rewatching WWE and
I did that in Poland.
It.
In Poland, dude, I was on the when they had just the WWE Network. You can ask Kaylee. I watched it at nauseum. I was in 97 to 05 range.
And but now it's it's all on Peacock.
Yeah, I don't pay for Peacock. I'm far too much consumer debt on these apps to get Peacock.
I'll give you my login. Peacock, you didn't hear that. There's no sharing of logins. I think this was because we tried to do a NASCAR, and I did watch the 2010 Daytona 500. We were supposed to do our homework, talk about it on the show. We never did that, but we
did it once.
I think WWE might be a little bit easier.
So, yes, and I hope Miss Patsy's watching. I can remember vividly one summer I was staying at her house, and the reason I bring this up is I watched it. It was on Twitter or something. They showed it, and watching it as an adult, I just saw how fake it was. But I can remember they were doing a money thing. It was Vince McMahon was giving money away or something. They had this big money stage set up where they come out. And I was at Patsy's house one summer, and they tried to kill Vince McMahon off.
Mm-hmm.
And the stage fell on him. And I was convinced, I was like, oh my gosh, this is real. And there was no phones back then or nothing. So I had to wait till I waited till Friday Night SmackDown. They didn't really say anything. So I had to wait for the next week. And I don't know what Patsy's opinion on him was, but I was convinced that he was dead. I remember that clearly. It struck me hard. So
Miss Patsy is in the chat, not responding to talking about you thinking Vince McMahon died, but I would love, because I would say a very, not even a casual WWE fan. I would watch it here or there. I love the video games. I was obsessed with
SmackDown
WWE.
versus Raw 2007. Yep. And
I'm talking original Sega Genesis. I loved WWE with what's his name? Yokozuna and the Clown.
There was one on Nintendo 64. I think it was the first one I played at my cousin's house, and then the first one I think I owned as a kid who played by myself was SmackDown Here Comes the Pain with Brock Lesnar on the cover. And I remember one time my mom walked into my room, and one of the load screens was advertising a bra and panties match, and she was like, "What are you?
How old were you at the
time? 8 probably." And Tori Wilson's there just with her her puppies out. Shout out JR. No, I could get real tistic about pulling up hey, we're doing a calendar year of shows, and because when I would do it, I was such a psycho, and this probably like really ruined my marriage early on. Like, I would watch, I'd be like, I wouldn't do the SmackDowns, but I would do the Raws. I'd be like, I'd watch Monday Night Raw in sequential order. But like, I would also then watch the pay-per-view. So I'd watch like in the same order. Like, I'd really watch it like it was like a reality show.
So I
Love
don't
it.
if in Poland or maybe even before that, but when Peacock got like the full streaming library of WWE, I did start watching WrestleManias in order.
They
But I
added
feel like the week to week, like the soap opera storyline, where let's do it. We're gonna do it. Where should we start? Like I think the like the Attitude Era would be fun, but I also think like the WWF WCW feud would also be very fun.
if I was to say a year to start it, my year would be like 97 or 98.
Oh, I'm gonna start 97, 98.
So like we start January 1st, 1997. Like that'd be
Okay.
the place to start. But the thing is, and I don't know because I don't have Peacock anymore, but
You're
I
you're
know
about
when
to
it
have a
first
login.
but when it first went to Peacock, there was ads, and that's what like ruined it for me.
Okay.
Because like it's really hard to watch. Because like I'm there for the intros, the cutscenes, the flashbacks, and then like I don't watch the full like random tag team match they had necessarily like for the second like main events obviously, but when you couldn't skip around, that's when it got a little. Now you're investing 2 hours to watch like some guys get
Yeah.
jobbed for. But
All right. Well, I'll upgrade then to no ad premium Peacock, and this is going to be good content for Woody Lou Sports and you as we're about to we're close to the doldrums of sports in between.
you'll get
What's up?
you'll get so mad though. I'm sorry, I could talk WWE all day. You get so mad. Like I've tried to turn it on like in passing in bed or something, and like it's just not the same. It's like my like old man like it was better back in my day is wrestling. Like you can't.
You're talking like current like Raw and SmackDown?
Yeah, like it's just
Sure,
so bad.
sure.
So my parents were telling me because I didn't get into it until probably like 03, 02, 04. But the thing is, sorry, I can go on so many tangents. I don't think I really picked it up every day until 2004. But when I would go to my grandma's house at Patsy's, at the bottom of the hill, there was this Dollar General, and you go in, and they had all the VHSs of all the pay-per-views from like 01, 2000. So like I was filling in the gaps of these storylines of Evolution and all these people, and I'd just be like watching Unforgiven 2000 in her bedroom, and like it's a beautiful day outside. I'm watching Unforgiven from 4 years ago. No, but yeah, I'm all for it. I would love to do it. I just wish they would make it better. And I thought Triple H being in charge would make it better, but it hasn't. And I'm sure we're really losing a lot of people going on this.
Do you think that's with like Mr. McMahon, like being pushed out?
Well, I think Vince was losing his grip too. Like, I mean, the PG area and all of that, like Vince was a product of it. I thought whenever Vince actually got, taken away and Triple H was given full reign, I thought it'd be better, but I don't think Triple H is really doing good. They even have they had like a background documentary of him talking to The Rock before 2 hours before a show, and was like, "I want to talk to you about this ending. It's about when John Cena was going heel." He's like, "I just want to talk to you about it, like make sure it's good." Like, why are we talking 2 hours before a show, dude? Like, what do you mean you haven't consulted before this? You had all this time, so I don't know. Anyway,
Do you think like I guess my question then is like not being a real I'll say I'm not a real fan of WWE. Did The Rock ever like formally retire? Because he's like step back for a while, like when he went to like Hollywood and like film, but is now involved and like shows up. Like, will John Cena like this? Will he be in a WWE ring again?
John Cena swears he wasn't, and he's just like weird enough to where I don't think he would. But like, I think they all wanted to see The Rock fight Roman Reigns for his final match. Apparently, they're related. I don't think that's happened. I don't even know if Roman Reigns still wrestles. But I don't know The Rock, dude. Because the thing about The Rock and Stone Cold and those guys that people don't really realize is like when they were actually like money makers, like they were only in the WWE for like 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah,
like they weren't long runs at all. Like they were. It was Rocky, what was his name? Rocky Marciano, not Marciano. It was like Rocky something. And he was part of the Nation Domination. And that was a good intro, dude.
That was good.
And anyway, but I can remember my parents told me that they used to go when the Rock and Stone Cold were at their peak, like in the late '90s, like first turn of the century. They would go to the place and get the box thing for the pay-per-view. Like they would go and do that just for the Rock and Stone Cold.
Oh, we're getting some chatter. Miss Patsy Gudgel, good times. We couldn't wait to see what happened in reference to Vince McMahon dying on screen. And then Miss Amy Lewis, Brax, you watched it well before you remember it. We watched from 97 and on.
That's why I love. Yeah, I came out the womb just watching Stunners and just loved it.
97. Weren't you born like 96?
I was born in '97.
So from birth, you were watching. The Mad Hatter started me watching WWE. That's from Miss Patsy.
What did he say?
Miss Patsy said the Mad Hatter started her watching WWE.
You know, and what's weird is I feel like when I watched it as a kid, like when I was a kid, like I don't feel like my parents had really any interest in it. But like they supported my interest in it. Like they bought me tickets. I remember the Christmas that they got me tickets to my first show. It was a dark match night in Lexington, and I think I cried. There's a picture of me crying. I'm wearing a John Cena shirt. I'm wearing a John Cena shirt in the picture of me getting the tickets. It was a green John Cena shirt, but you know, they supported it, but I don't feel they really watched it with. They would watch the WrestleMania, so they would always buy WrestleMania for me. I'd invite my friends over.
That's awesome.
WrestleMania 20. I vividly remember WrestleMania 23. That was the one where was it 23 or 24? That was when Donald Trump and Vince McMahon had the hair match.
That's right. I remember the documentary, the Vince McMahon documentary.
Was that 23 at Ford Field? Maybe. I think I misspoke. I don't think 21 was in Detroit. 23 was in Detroit. Anyway, I remember that, and I remember we'd have huge spreads, like Super Bowl level spreads, and Monday Night Raw was 9 to 11, so I had to put the VHS in to record it because I'd only watch the first hour.
How awesome! Did you guys ever get like a TiVo when you got like a DVR? Like that must have been a game changer for you.
And we got DVR when I was in like 5th grade, maybe. But I remember like 3rd grade for sure, we were still VHS in it, and I'd have to come home Tuesday, finish my homework, and I could watch the last hour of Raw.
That's awesome.
I got in trouble one time in school because when we first got computers, I'd go to WWE.com to see results and stuff. And WWE.com had an ad, and it was Trish Stratus, and it was her pulling down her thing. And it was like an ad on it, and I got in trouble by a teacher.
How old were you?
10. You know, so.
Well, yeah, first time, long time. Vince and Tony from Weymouth will definitely appreciate this segment of the Ticker Topics. We're going to do a WWE pod.
We'll start a whole WWE pod. We won't talk about anything but it. I'll go all in on it.
No, I'm excited to like cause he brought it up, and honestly, like, hey, hand up, I didn't even know it was John Cena's last match, but knowing you, I was like, we have to discuss this because Braxton will have something to say.
I keep tabs on it. I don't watch it, but I keep tabs on it just to make sure. Like John Cena didn't move the needle for me. Like Randy Orton and when Edge came back, you can ask Kaylee. When I found out Edge was coming back, we watched it for like a month leading up to it, and then like I watched his like run. Like I was all in on when Edge. I loved Edge though. That dude was awesome. I loved Edge.
Okay,
a spear. Nothing's cooler than a spear.
That is pretty sweet. So we're starting 97.
We'll start 97.
Okay. Raw and SmackDown.
Is SmackDown on there?
I don't know. I have no idea.
If SmackDown's on Peacock, we can do. That's a lot. We can do it.
It's a lot.
The thing about SmackDown, we're not even talking about SmackDown. That was where Rey Mysterio was. This is where the Boogeyman scared the life out of me. The Undertaker was on SmackDown. Mark Henry was on SmackDown. Terry Long was on SmackDown.
Okay, so let's just do Raw.
Well, we have to do just Raw in like 97 because SmackDown didn't come around until like 2000s, I think.
Okay. All right.
SmackDown wasn't a thing when Raw was.
So we'll
Raw.
start with 97.
And it will just be Raw until, and you could probably Google it when it's SmackDown. I'll Google it. When was first SmackDown? That's going to be August 26, 99. So, yeah. So, we got 2 years before we introduce SmackDown.
So, is that, so 99, was SmackDown the Attitude Era? So that's like, that's the timeline.
Yeah, but they Attitude Era, I don't, dude, this is why we can't be wrestling podcasts, so we get eviscerated for this. Like,
yes, we would.
I think Attitude Era is really like 97 to 03, because John Cena is accredited with starting the Ruthless Aggression Era whenever he came in the ring and said he was going to fight. I think it was Kurt Angle, and he said, "How are you going to do it?" He said, "With Ruthless Aggression and Aggression Era." Boom, boom.
I'm excited. I think this is a good thing for Woody Lou Sports and you as we enter into kind of the quote unquote. We do have college basketball, but it's a bit of a dead period.
Yeah, Kentucky sucks.
Notre Dame is not good either. So you want to get into the last topic, our seasonal Christmas topic?
Yes.
So going off of last week of doing our Mount Rushmore of our favorite Christmas movies or holiday movies, I proposed to Braxton, let's double down, continue with the Christmas theme, and we're gonna do. I'm curious what your top 4 holiday songs are.
Is this Mount Rushmore or in order?
Mount Rushmore. It just your top 4.
My first one is going to be, in no order, Maliki Kaliki Maka. And that's going to be sang by Bing Crosby and the Andrews Sisters.
That is a good one. I like that song. I've listened to that a good amount the past few weeks. That's funny. Can you say that again, please?
Maliki Kaliki Maka. Is a
producer Kaylee coming in with the assist.
She's wrapping presents back there, and I'm serenading her. Now, I got a note. I was anti-Christmas music until Kaylee beat me into submission probably about last year. I don't think I was into Christmas music until I got back last year.
Until you got into the feud with your neighbor.
That helped me this year. But yeah, like I was anti-Christmas music until I wasn't home for Christmas, and I really started liking Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask, like, Mom's probably just screaming because like she'd always want to listen to Christmas music when we put up the tree and stuff, and I hated it. Oh, I hated it. Despised it. Like I had a unhealthy despised Christmas music.
Despised it. I love it. I start listening to it. I start listening to it Thanksgiving week is when I start listening. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it now. I'm all for it now. But I was a known hater, so I got to come out and just make sure that's acknowledged.
I appreciate, people. Yeah, that's good for people who have history with Braxton. That was not a Christmas music guy, but now is.
Big Christmas music guy.
My first one I'm going to throw out is Santa Claus is Coming to Town, the Bruce Springsteen edition. And this has like very nostalgic sentimental value for me because this is a favorite of another longtime listener of Woody Lou Sports and You, my college roommate Zutz. And he would play this song at like 6:30 in the morning. We had like an outdoor speaker system at the house we had senior year. And every football Saturday for Notre Dame football, no rhyme or reason, but he would play Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen. And that was how he got every Saturday started.
Whatever gets you going, dude. I got feelings on Bruce Springsteen. Let's go to my next one. And this one, if I had to say what was my favorite, this is definitely my favorite. My 3-year-old and 2-year-old know the words of the song, and I can sing 2 words of it, and they can finish the line. Like that's how much they're into it. And that's gonna be Christmas, Baby, Please Come Home. And I'm gonna go with the classic Darlene Love edition.
Okay.
Not the Mariah Carey edition.
This is your list is very unexpected.
Really?
Yeah, for your first two, I would not. Actually, I didn't really know what to expect.
I'm gonna save my favorite for last. Actually, that's my
Okay.
favorite from a sentimental like family reason. But I have a Braxton's favorite that will be my last one.
Okay. My next one is gonna be. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of the last name, even though I am a Paisan. But the Vince Guaraldi trio band, a Charlie Brown Christmas, like that jazz theme. That is in
Okay.
my Mount Rushmore. That's just like Christmas to me. I love a Charlie Brown Christmas.
I don't know if I've watched Charlie Brown Christmas from an age that I could actually recollect what happened. They have the
Well,
small tree, correct?
a small tree. Yes, you put the
Small tree
single
in it.
ornament on top,
Yeah.
and it just droops down.
I like the football one the best. That's my favorite Charlie
Yeah, that's
Brown.
a good one. I will say Linus doing like the meaning of Christmas. That's just Americana. Like to me, that's Americana. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, America rocks. So, yeah, you don't really got to say much more. I mean, honestly.
Americana pop culture, but also like very insightful from Charles Schultz. That's what I was trying to say when I just had a complete brain fart.
Yours are a lot more sentimental than mine. And I think it's because I'm a late bloomer to Christmas music. This next one that I have is going to be Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby
That's a
Helms.
good one. That's a good one.
And that one, I don't usually say like, hey, Alexa, play Jingle Bell Rock, but like when it comes on in a mix, like I start kind of,
Yeah,
I get
start
a
grooving.
little groove to me. You know what
Start
I'm saying?
tapping the foot.
Oh,
Oh,
I got to trade that one out.
okay.
I got to
Trade
trade
it
that
out.
one out. I don't know who sings it though. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Oh, that is a good one.
That's a deep cut.
I like that one a lot. Now I need to know, Graham. And I know who
Oh, I
sings
got
that.
another one. I got too many. I got another one. Producer Kaylee just rang me in on another one that I
Oh,
like.
Elmo and Patsy sing "Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer." Yep.
That's a banger movie too. I got another one. It's Christmas. You can do what you want. This one I haven't heard till this year, and this one is a banger.
Okay.
It's a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Yes.
I want
Yes.
a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, a hippopotamus will do. That song bangs, dude. I like that song.
That is a good one. So before I get into my next two, we're gonna take some comments from the chat. Miss Amy Lewis, Christmas snow's coming down. All I want for Christmas is you. And all-time favorite is Oh Holy Night. That's a good list. Kaylee,
I think all I want for Christmas is use what was playing when my neighbors came out when I was
Mariah. I
Yeah.
believe that's the Billboard like number one of all time is Mariah Carey. All I want for Christmas is you. Kaylee's got Baby Please Come Home. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Joy to the World. Ooh, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. That's a good one. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. She continues with Darlene Love Edition is the best. Oh, I love Miss Patsy. Mary, Did You Know? Yep,
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
When you're in church and that one,
Yeah.
when you sing that one at church, like a Christmas service.
Now, Miss
that
Patsy,
one,
do you have an artist of Mary Did You Know? I'm partial to the Carrie Underwood version of Mary Did You Know.
I bet you are, Dan.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, I just think it's funny. There's levels to it. Like I'm just now getting into Christmas music, so like I just like the song. Like you have like version control of like you got version control on these songs.
Yeah, and that's what your mother is saying.
No, I thought it was weird when you texted me and said I need song and artist. I was like, why do I need artist?
It's artist is crucial, Braxton. And your mother is saying Braxton has cheated me out of years of Christmas music. Well, Miss Amy, you can make up for lost time.
I'm all in on it now.
And I got a yes, Dan, with an exclamation from Miss Patsy. That's right. Carrie, Mary, Did You Know? But it's not in my Mount Rushmore. It's an honorable mention for me, but it's not in my Mount Rushmore. So I'm going to unveil my third. I'm going to unveil my third in a second. But Braxton, what's your comment?
I just think we should have also had like a church edition because Mary Did You Know and Silent Night, like at the Christmas Eve church service.
Mhm.
Like, Mary, did you know will get you like amped up?
Oh yeah.
Did you know it's your baby boy? Like, did you know? But she knew. It's awesome. Sorry,
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. That's a good one.
All right. So my number 4, or sorry, my third in my Mount Rushmore, Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano. I love
Classic.
Felicidad. It gets me
Is that
going.
the original?
That's the original.
Okay, so I know that one. That's a good one. I like that one. It's timeless.
Yes.
And you can throw that on in July if you're drinking a Corona or Modelo.
Oh, absolutely.
That one travels.
You can have that. You're having some tacos, burritos, quesadillas, margarita.
We're happy. We're festive.
Mm-hmm.
Now this last one for me would never have been on my list. But I listened to it. It was on Alexa, and I actually listened to the lyrics, and it's weird when you actually listen to the lyrics. You listen to the whole thing, and that's going to be "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch."
Oh, that's a good one.
The original, the Ravencraft guy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He has some bars in that song. When you get down there, like, "You're a mean one." Like, he's kind of like talking a little deep. He's Tony the Tiger, so he had that voice, but that one has some lines in it that I really, really selfishly like for myself. Like, you put that on with a little bass.
Do you relate to the Grinch? Is that why?
I think. Like, I have great Christmas memories, but like I never was all in on Christmas. Like, I was all in on
So
the
Poland.
Christmas.
Is that what did it for you?
Poland did it for me, having kids and not being with them during Christmas, because for me, my Christmas memories all centered around family. I always got great gifts, and to this day, the best Christmas one I ever got was when Santa procured for me the Star Wars Create Your Own Lightsaber set. And
That's
this thing
awesome.
was, dude, you could make single sabers. You had Darth Maul sabers. It had all the color customizations, and it was electric, so they lit. It was awesome. Build your own. Like, they don't make toys like that anymore.
No.
But I have great memories of presents, but that wasn't what always stuck out to me, and it kind of how I am now. But I just didn't like the music.
Yeah.
But now that I have kids, and Kaylee is obsessed with Christmas, she's kind of.
She'll say Christmas is my favorite ever in the chat, and that she never thought she'd hear you say it's okay to listen to any Christmas song in July.
Feliz Navidad hits though.
Banger.
Yeah, I've gotten soft in all these girls I'm having, and I just went when you watch these Christmas movies, and like, if I ever question why I have so many kids, like, you watch these Christmas movies and they have these big families coming back, and there's a lot of chaos.
Did you watch Feast of the Seven Fishes yet?
No, I've not. Kaylee's not. So I did this thing where I told Kaylee we can't start out with the good ones too early.
Okay.
But now we're at a point where it's December 14th, and we haven't really watched a lot. I think the last Christmas movie we watched was, I don't remember actually. I think I haven't watched one since last episode. But we were going to do Love Actually Friday night, but it didn't work out.
I did Love Actually with the accompanying game last night. I had a great time.
I'm glad you made it to the show today.
But no, yeah, when you do watch Feast of the Seven Fishes, that's actually a good like window into my childhood and how like I grew up with Christmas and my giant extended Italian family.
I'm excited, and I'm you hear the baby, and I'm so thankful.
She wants to watch Feast of the Seven Fishes, Gigi.
Yeah, I'm thankful that Gigi and her husband and their beautiful kids will come to my house one day, because I'm going to have a large house to accompany them all, Lord willing, and they all like each other. That'd be great too. But assuming everyone's happy, I'm excited for Christmas Day, because I told Kaylee I'm starting the tradition this year that I'm Clark Griswolding every Christmas with a hockey jersey. So I'm really excited about that.
Predators?
No, Dad got me I think it was actually supposed to be a Christmas gift, but he just gave it to me like in October. authentic game edition Citadel hockey jersey.
That's cool.
No, it's sick.
Game
It's really
worn?
sick. Not game worn, but could be.
Could be.
Like it's licensed, you know. Could
I
be.
love Braxton and the Mad Hatter exchanging Christmas gifts in October. Mad Hatter's chiming in. Night Santa Went Crazy by Weird Al Yankovic is in his Mount Rushmore.
Don't know that one.
I've heard it. Not in my Mount Rushmore. My last song in my Mount Rushmore is Frosty the Snowman, but by Jimmy Durante from the 1969 ABC TV special, where it's Frosty the Snowman, tumpity tump tump tumpity tump tump. Look at Frosty go.
Kaylee approves of that. That's been on the TV a lot.
It's a good one.
It was on the TV today. And Elliot would just say, "Sing Frosty," and we would just sing Frosty.
Sing Frosty. Elliot, me and Elliot, sing Frosty.
So I think if Elliot was doing this Mount Rushmore, you and her would be in complete agreement on Frosty being a shoe-in for the Mount Rushmore.
Did you give your 4?
Yeah, it was the Grinch, but you know that hippopotamus song, dude, is really good. You gotta listen to the whole thing too.
I think the song is All I Want for Christmas.
You know that one, Dan?
Yeah, I know that one. I think the title is All I Want for Christmas Is My 2 Front Teeth.
No, it's Hippopotamus for Christmas.
That's the name of the song?
I think so.
I'm fairly certain.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
I think it's.
It's called I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh, all right, I'm wrong.
Parentheses, Hippo the Hero.
Okay.
I don't want a doll. No
by Gayla Peavy. Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's Hand Up. I'm wrong. I like that song a lot. You got any honorable mentions?
I think that was one, and then what was the other one I said, Kaylee? I said Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really stretching my knowledge of Christmas songs here. Mary, Did You Know was another honorable mention I said.
Artist.
I forgot. The one that's not karaoke, the church, the voice of the people, whatever congregation is singing it in unison with dimmed lights and candles lit is my favorite version.
All right.
Dude, we had a Mary Did You Know in Poland. You were there for that one. Remember that one with Chaplain Brady?
Oh yeah.
Up in the upstairs.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
That's right. We had a good one.
Yeah.
That was now Colonel Caslin was on the guitar.
Colonel Caslin needs to learn how to drop me from his email threads, but yeah, that's a good
one. So I'm gonna throw in a few. Run Rudolph Run by Chuck Berry, Little Saint Nick, the Beach Boys, and then Holly Jolly Christmas, Burl Ives. Those are my honorable mentions.
My mom and dad can correct me, but I feel like I have memory of my dad's dad would have Elvis Presley Christmas
Blue Christmas album. That's a good one
on repeat at his home.
Yeah, on repeat in my home. I wish it was Elvis Presley. My mother had a Harry Connick Jr. Christmas CD that was just on a loop, and Harry Connick's fine. I don't have that CD in my home.
Mary, Did You Know? That one might actually take. Well, I know the other one I had was Jingle Bell Rock. It might take the place of that one.
Well, who did you throw out to put in Hippopotamus for Christmas? Because you pulled a name and then like, no, that's not it. Was it Jingle Bell Rock?
Yeah, Jingle Bell Rock. I'm a finalize.
Who are your 4? Block them in.
Maliki Biki Maka is that one. Christmas Baby Please Come Christmas. Hippopotamus and the Grinch are my 4.
Got it. And my 4 were Santa Claus Coming to Town, Bruce Springsteen, Feliz Navidad, Jose Feliciano, Vince Guarardi Trio Band, Charlie Brown Christmas, and then Frosty the Snowman by Jimmy Durante. I do like the Trans-Siberian Railroad, Sarajevo, that like the Home Alone theme.
Okay, I watched that today. That was on TV today. I watched
Yep.
before church. Like Kaylee was trying to get out the door for church, and it was the scene where he throws a tarantula on the guys.
Yeah, on Buzz. Buzz's tarantula.
Yeah.
Buzz's girlfriend. Woof.
Oh man.
That's a good one. All right, Braxton. So this is our last episode, I think, until the new year. I go on block leave back to Boston a week from today. So this is it for Woody Lou Sports and You for 2025, ending it with episode 26. Any final thoughts?
That might be a good omen right there.
I hope so.
We're looking towards the future. You know what I'm saying? No
That's
final
right.
thoughts. Hopefully, I have ACL surgery before then, and I can learn how to do reels to really jumpstart our new year.
Yeah, this is my Christmas wish is for Braxton to repair his terrible
than that.
triangle knee and to outpace Patrick Mahomes on the recovery timeline while learning how to do reels to build our social media platforms. That's my Christmas wish.
Do I go ahead and then like lock in that I will be starting slot receiver at the Turkey Bowl 2026? Do I lock that in right?
Well, Kaylee said that you are not playing in the 2026 Turkey Bowl.
Yeah. You know.
Lock it in.
I think I'm taking that.
But no, we appreciate all the listeners. And Miss Patsy, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays. Don't forget to like, subscribe, download, and share. Braxton, final thoughts.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Miss Amy Lewis, you're sending me a holiday gift. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Matt Hatter, great show, gents. Matt Hatter, we cannot wait to have you back on in 2026, either as a guest or guest co-host.
Trying to fire me.
Would he discuss WWE?
I don't know if as extensively as me, so he might be a liability in that department. So that's why you got to keep
That
me around.
sounds perfect. All right, everyone. Have a great week. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for putting up with us, and we can't wait to see you in the new year.